Hey guys, and welcome to the seventh and final video for Scooby-Doo week. And for the final video, we're doing another classic Scooby-Doo. This is one of those other ones. Talking about classic Scooby-Doo movies, you cannot talk about Scooby-Doo not talking about Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. This is the classic one because it introduces some characters who will become, I feel like, staples, even though I don't know how much they've been in other than one other movie. I know they've been in one other movie because I saw some of the other movies I have that we did yesterday had them in as well. But spoiler warning, but I think it's kind of spoilers, kind of not, because it's like, don't know if they count as spoilers. So I'm saying spoiler warning. Just want to mention, this is the introduction to the Hex Girls in this movie. You don't know who the Hex Girls are, a band. They're great. The movie's great. The music's on this great. But I just wanted to mention because they're like such a prominent thing for this movie. It's like, yeah, one of the big things of this movie is the Hex Girls. The introduction to the Hex Girls, who are great, and another great fictional band who everybody should love and enjoy because they're great. But yeah, I don't know what cartoons and shows for making fictional bands are really good. I don't know. Badass. I'm like, I kind of would like this as a real band. It would be cool. But anyway, let's further ado. My thoughts. I like this movie. Obviously, it's the Hex Girls' appearance. It's just in that old school Scooby-Doo vibe, kind of like Zombie Island in that kind of vein. With the animation, feels way similar to that. So it has a more like, I would say, serious kind of tone to it. Still like obviously goofy. Scooby and Shaggy still kind of goofy, but it's like it has when it does some stuff at the end when there's some more action. It looks really cool. Kind of like, okay, this doesn't seem like I love it. It's great. So let's jump into it. The movie's about starts off obviously with Scooby, Shaggy, and the gang at a museum, and they have to stop the two guys to they were like in the middle of a mystery and they have to stop this thing, and then obviously they get this professor or a guy here, and they save him, and then they do a big chase scene where the monsters chasing him and stuff, and then Scooby and Shaggy get to a point where the foot comes out, trips the monsters, and the rest of the gang comes with like security guards or whatever, and get the guys like, hey, Scooby and Shaggy, you did it. I'm like, nah, we have some help. And then there's this guy who is I'm gonna say Ravencroft. Yeah, I think that's his last name, Ravencroft. Ben Ravencroft, that's his name, Ben Ravencroft, I'm pretty sure. Hey guys, I'm editing the Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost video, and I wanted to mention that I did not mention this in the video, and I don't know how I missed it, because it's such a big thing. Ben Ravencroft character, who the actor is, because I feel like that's something how did I not put this in the video? That's played by Tim Curry. I feel like that's super important, super cool. I'm like, he works so well with Scooby-Doo characters. I don't know why I didn't mention it. I guess I forgot, or just didn't mention it, but Ben Ravencroft is played by Tim Curry. I had to quote this here, not on the set, because I'm recording this afterwards, and the video is pretty much done except for this little thing I forgot to mention, and I feel like not mentioning that would be a sin, so you gotta do it. Just all I want to say. Back to regular scheduled video. But he comes and he's this very famous horror writer, and Velma's geeking out and stuff, and he's like, hey, I'm going to my old town. I know who all you guys are, because I've been following you guys, because I deal with the same kind of, horror, mystery, kind of similar things. You guys are welcome to come. And they go to the small town, and realize there's a lot more people there because the mayor is doing like this event and stuff and all this kind of stuff, and a concert and all this stuff, to get more people to come. And then we find out that there's these ghosts going around, and obviously mystery ensues, and Shaggy and Scooby see the ghosts first. And I think they run to the Hex Girls, and they think they're like vampires or something, but then they see like the ghosts, the gang, and then we're going to be like, okay, what's the deal? What's going on? We gotta figure out what's going on. They figured out some stuff, like, okay, we got some clues. And then we also Ben Ravencroft looking for this book from his old ancestors to clear a name for being a witch. Whatever this other thing is, like a person who was in tune with nature and stuff. And then eventually in the movie we get more introduced to the Hex Girls, and we see them do their first performance, and Scooby and Shaggy are not scared anymore because then they realize, hey, they're not, actually they're just dressed that way. It's fun and I enjoy it, so we get them and they're fun. And the first music, they have two songs in this movie, both of them a great one here. At this point, like in the middle or somewhat in the middle, I don't know if it's the middle, but in this point in the movie, and at one song at the end, both great. And then we get to a point, Velma and Ben go off and abandon this thing because they kind of find out who the ghost is, and then they find out who the ghost is who's doing stuff to the town, and it's the town people trying to, get some hubbub, I think, to go with the town, like to be like, hey, we have an actual ghost here, come and visit kind of thing. You got more tourists and stuff, and they're not going to do anything. I think they weren't going to do anything really bad, but then at the end we find out, because in the beginning, Shaggy finds this belt buckle was really old in the beginning, digs up, and like, that's an old belt buckle from da-da-da-da, and then they're like, hey, Scooby, show what this belt buckle is, because that maybe is where the book is, because it's by a tree. Like, hey, where'd you find that thing? They go back to where the stump is in the beginning, where they find the shoe buckle, open it up, dig, and then Scooby digs and finds the book, and then we find out, Ben Ravencroft is actually the bad guy. By that I mean he's actually secretly one of the books that's actually magic, and it's actually magic. The book has actual magic and shit in it. I'm like, great, because we had Zombie Island, and now you have this. Both have to deal with actual like monsters or magic and actual stuff. It's like, it's cool. So to me, it's like Scooby-Doo. There's actual monsters and magic and all kinds of stuff in Scooby-Doo, and aliens. We've had multiple movies like the Alien Invasion movie that proves there's aliens in Scooby-Doo, the Witch's Ghost, and Zombie Island that shows there's monsters or magic and stuff. So it's like, I fully believe that's sometimes there is that stuff. That stuff is in the world of Scooby-Doo. I 100%, I'm like, oh, it's in the world. It's not even like, oh, because there's always a guy in the back. But I'm like, nah, they actually got to a point where like, I'm going to actually have some actual monsters and stuff. And I think it's fun. I think it works. I'm like, why not? There's always a mask. It's kind of boring. But it's fun. So obviously he gets the power, opens up the thing and starts using magic and brings back her ancestor. And then she goes kind of crazy. Like, it's like, hey, I'm going to take over and destroy everything. It's like, hey, I thought I wanted power. I freed you. But it's like, then he gets captured. And they go after him and then they have to figure out how to stop her. And the only person who can stop it, I remembered, is a Wiccan. Because that's what they're called. People who are in tune with the nature stuff, Wiccan. And the one girl, the one hex girl, the main one, has the power of Wiccan. So she's able to read the book and do it and capture her. And during this fight scene, when like she's doing all the magic shooting, it's very actiony. It feels very like more serious or like a cool action show. It's like very cool. The animation throughout this movie is great, but I like for the end where they have the big fight and the action. It feels a lot more like something you would see in a more action show, like Gargoyles or like, you know what I mean, Batman. It's something that's like a little more feels like, doesn't feel like it feels Scooby-Doo, but the animation feels more like something you've seen in action. It's great. It's great. I love it. And that's why I like this movie really a lot. This movie's great. And then obviously eventually one hex girl uses this thing, I forget which one, but the main one gets it and gets the book in eventually, because they do this thing where they have to go around and run around and get the book and throw it to each other and do all the things because he's attacking them. He gets the book, closes it, she goes in it, and she takes Ben Ravencroft and he gets sucked into it as well. No harm, no foul. He was a bad guy. It cuts to after they stop the bad guy. There's no problem. I think at the end the book gets destroyed, so there's no way they're coming back. That was great. And then it ends with a concert. Echo doing a concert and Scooby and the gang up like playing with them, up there with them, and it's fun. Doing one more song and it's great. That's basically where the movie ends. And yep, it was great. I enjoyed it. It's fun. If you like Scooby-Doo, this is a classic one. I think everybody should see this one. Down to the rating. This is like one of my favorites. It's just so great. I like the actual magic element too at the end and some of the stuff, and the just the heck goes the anime. Everything else is great. I'm gonna give it a 9. It's really great. Like a lot of Scooby-Doo movies, like I said, the ones we're reviewing today are all classic ones I remember when I was a kid, and I enjoy, so they're all gonna be like decently rated high. Probably nothing gonna get lower than 8 this year. We will get to some bad ones. There are some ones I think are worse, or I've changed opinions on, or have us. But so what you guys think of Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost? Let me know in the comments down below. You guys can always stay epic, and I'll see you next year for Scooby-Doo week. And also, if I did any, I don't know if I did, there might be some videos on some of my other channels that are for Scooby-Doo week. Comic and manga channel. Obviously, just love the Scooby-Doo comics. Maybe some stuff on the toy channel, maybe. I don't know. But there's some other videos, so if you have not checked out my other channel, check them out. There might be some other content on there for this week. Festivities. Don't know if I said in the beginning, probably didn't, but I'm doing it now. There might not be anything, I don't know if it's time to do it, but at least next year we will plan on that, at least for the comic channel, because there's so many Scooby-Doo comics, I could be doing that as well with the shows and movies for a long time. But toys is not as much, or stuff I actually want to collect and get, you know what I mean? But there's some. But yeah, so what you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Guys, stay epic. See you next year for the next year Scooby-Doo week, and I'll see you in the next video I post. Don't know when that'll be, or be agree. Could I have some already filmed, some not? I don't know. But see you next time. Bye.